So hold on 1 minute. I want to write this down. Okay. Repeat what a white supremacy is again. Lawrence, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Hey there, Jesse. How you doing?
All is well, sir.
Okay, thank you for taking my call. Just to let you know, I had discovered you. You were on Tariq Nasheed's one of his podcasts. That's how I discovered you.
Right
but
on.
I was listening to you today talk about getting off plantation and everything. I'm a black man, and I've been registered to vote since I was 18. And I've always been as an independent. I just want to start by saying I think that Donald Trump is a white supremacist, but I also think that Joe Biden is a white supremacist. So, who do you recommend I vote for? I'm currently abstaining my vote.
Oh, okay.
As Brother Tariq does.
So first, and I will respond to that, but I don't know what a white supremacist is. What is that?
You don't know what a white supremacist is? Come on, Uncle Jesse. Everybody knows what a white supremacist is.
What is it?
Me and my partner in my truck, Steve, we have this discussion all the time, and I have to explain it to him. He's white, by the way. White supremacist is basically thinks that the white race is superior to all others, has no issues with, thinking that doesn't actually believe in equal rights, equality for all, and especially reparations for the descendants of American slaves, like myself.
So hold on 1 minute. I want to write this down. Okay. Repeat what a white supremacy is again.
A white supremacist is one that thinks that the white race is superior to all, manifest destiny, kind of like our forefathers, that they have the right to take other people's land, resources, this, that, and the third, money, you know.
Think that they're superior to all?
Other races, yes.
And what else?
And wants to take their resources, strip them of their resources, resources such as land, wealth, money.
Okay.
This is why, African Americans, the descendants of American slaves, are due reparations because our ancestors did work and were not compensated. And wealth is generational. As you know, a dollar that was circulating around in the 1870s is still circulating around today.
And what is the third definition of a white supremacy?
White supremacists, well, there are actually many definitions, but one who basically thinks that one is superior to the other.
Well, you said that. Okay, so let's examine the last one. So have white people taken your resources away from you?
Yes, they have. My ancestors were slaves, and they were never compensated for their labor.
And like who as your ancestors, like who?
My great-great-great, I have to go back to before the 1870 census, which can be done. My ancestors who worked on a plantation.
So
yes,
who?
And were not compensated.
You said back 1877?
1870 census, after the Civil War.
1870 census. Who back in your family, who back in 1870 census, who in your family had money and land and it was taken away from them?
They didn't have money and land. They were used as free labor.
Oh, so they didn't have anything. So if they didn't have anything, nothing was taken, right?
Yeah, they had labor. Labor is a resource.
But they didn't have anything, so nothing was taken.
They had labor. Excuse me, sir. Their labor is a resource.
And how do you know that they took that away from your folks? That they were
slaves.
I'm sorry?
That's how I came into existence. I have ancestors. Everyone has.
But how do you know that you had ancestors back in 1877 that was working for free?
Not in 1877. Slavery ended in 1865.
So who in your family worked as a slave in 1865?
My great-great-great-great-great-grandfather.
How do you know that?
Because we have it recorded in the family Bible.
And who wrote it in the family Bible?
I'm guessing he did, or his child.
Who showed that? So you guys have a family Bible from 18...
What you're trying to do, hold on, you're trying to tell me... You're trying to
I'm trying to understand right now. I'm just trying to understand.
That was a slave.
So somebody...
The answer is yes.
So somebody have a family Bible from your great from 1865?
Yeah, that era, and you don't even need that. You can go back to the United States, the census of the 1870s.
Where is that Bible now? Where is that Bible that was passed down in your family from 1865?
At my Aunt Roz's house.
So what?
At my Aunt Rosalind's house.
Will you send me a copy of that?
I don't know. I'd have to snap pictures of it, but...
Right. Will you snap pictures of a family Bible from 1865? Will you snap pictures for me and send that to me?
I'll do my best. I don't live near Aunt Roz, but...
Tell Aunt Rob to snap a picture. It's easy nowadays. And send it to you so you can send it to producer at JesseLeePeterson.com.
Okay. But even though you do realize
one other thing... And I'll let you say what you're about to say, Lawrence.
Okay.
One other thing, you said the race is superior to you. Why do I understand why black women, because the woman is the weaker vessel, but why do black men like you think that another man is superior to you?
Oh, I don't think that any member of the white race is superior.
You just said it.
Absolutely
you said
not.
It.
I said that they believe that.
But why do you believe it?
I don't believe it. I don't.
How do you know that how do you know they believe it?
Have you looked at the series of world events?
No, I'm talking about how do Lawrence, in his own personal life today, how do you know that the white man or the white race is superior to you? What white people in today's America feel that they're superior to Lawrence?
Those specifically in the political arena, like good buddy of yours, Mitch McConnell, who do not believe that the descendants of American slaves deserve reparations.
I don't know Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell is not my good buddy.
Republican.
Let me just ask. Did Mitch McConnell say he was superior to Lawrence?
No, he would never
Did he say his race was superior to Lawrence?
No, he did not verbally come out and say that.
So where did you get that idea from?
Because him striking down when African Americans, those of us who are looking to receive reparations for our ancestors' labor, he says we do not deserve it and we should not get it.
And he's right about that. Why do you want? Why do you, Lawrence?
Because his wealth was generated from slavery.
Lawrence, why do Lawrence want the white man to give him reparation?
Because he took it from my ancestors.
He didn't take a dime from your ancestors. You said they didn't have anything.
Yes, sir. My ancestor had labor.
You said that he didn't have anything.
Yes, he did. And labor is a resource, sir.
So you don't, as a man,
I understand how economics works.
Let's say that as a man, a man who happened to be black, you don't believe that you can get your own. You still have handouts.
Sir, I'm a black man with a six-figure salary. I make more than 92% of all Americans.
So then why do you want somebody else's money?
It's not someone else's money. It's my money that is owed to me from my
it's not owed to you. You weren't enslaved.
Yes,
I doubt that your folks were enslaved back in 1865 or whatever. But why do you deserve it? You were not enslaved, and you said you make buku money now, so it has nothing to do with you, period. Why do you have your handout?
Yes, it does. Because can you define...
Tell me, why do you have your handout?
It's not a handout. It's called an inheritance. If you had a child and you had some money, don't you have the right to leave that money to your child?
No.
You don't. Oh, come on, Jesse. Now you're talking crazy.
How is that crazy?
Because if you pass away, you have money, land, a home. You pass away and you have children, descendants, then that wealth should go to your descendants.
Who made that decision?
Well, that's the way the law works. That's like common law.
But who made that decision that my money that I worked hard for made and was wise with it, that I need to leave it to my children? Who made that decision?
Well, that's the way inheritance works. That's actually.
But who made that decision that I should have to do that, though? That's my decision, not someone else's decision.
Well, yeah, you can leave it to someone else if you wanted to.
I can do what I want with it, because a lot of times when you leave family members and children your money, all it does is corrupt them. It spoils them, and then they start begging for reparations.
In some cases, if there's is a lot of money, like billions of dollars. I could see that. You wouldn't necessarily want to leave them that much. But it's up to the individual. But inheritance, still, it's common law. You know, if you pass away, and I'm assuming that if you had children that you love them, you want to leave them what you work for. So they
why would you assume that? Why would you assume that?
Well, it is an assumption.
Just like you assuming.
And I'm not knocking you for that. If you don't like your children and you don't want to leave them anything, that's your personal decision.
But if I didn't leave them anything, that doesn't mean I didn't love them. It meant that I loved them because I wanted them to maintain independence.
You got some coin. You should leave them the coin.
Who said that? I shouldn't if I don't want to. But let me ask.
Okay.
Just like you assume that I should leave them that, is it possible you're assuming about white supremacy?
Oh, I'm not assuming about white supremacy.
Is it possible you're assuming?
No, sir.
If white people thought that they were superior to the blacks, why are they on the run from the blacks? They're afraid of being called racist. They're afraid of losing their stuff. They're afraid of the blacks. If they are superior to the blacks, why are they on the run? Why do they have fear of the blacks?
I don't believe that they're on the run.
They're on the run. They're giving y'all everything you ask for.
No, sir, they are not. We have not received our reparations yet.
But that's because you're still begging going down the line. You've been begging for 70 years. Let me ask, when will enough be enough for the blacks? And they will say, you know what? I had enough. Thank you, Mr. White Man. I can take it from here.
Okay, that's a good question, sir. Very good question. Once we receive our fair due reparations, then we can go build our own, rebuild our communities, things like the Black Wall Street.
And what is the fair amount that would be enough for you?
Well, for the United States as a whole, me personally, I haven't quantified that yet, but we're starting at around $25 trillion.
And how would you come? Lawrence want $25 trillion?
Not me personally.
How much does Lawrence want from Buffalo, New York? How much do you want?
I'm actually from New Jersey, sir. I'm working in Buffalo right now. But,
but how much do you want?
Well, I guess once the final number is made, determined as a whole, divided by the number of descendants of American slaves.
How much do you want?
I got to see what the number is. I can't just say I want $100,000 or $1 million. I got to see.
You got to see how much come in. Then you add up your proportion.
Some of it would be cash, and some of it could be land resources.
Man, so you don't own any land at this point with all that money you're making. You don't own any land.
I do, and I also have a college education.
So why are you still begging, there, man? What?
I'm not begging. I am not begging.
So let me ask.
What is owed to me, sir?
Let me ask.
Yes, sir.
So we have given the blacks so-called civil rights. The Civil Rights Act or whatever, we have given the blacks
everybody, including white women. White women are the largest.
Let me just finish, Lauren, and then I'll let you make the statement. We have given the blacks. We have allowed them to sit in the whites' cafe to eat, and we allowed them to move into the whites' areas to live because they're incapable of taking care of their own areas. We have given them affirmative action to let them go into the white schools and destroy them. We have lowered the grade SAT scores for the blacks. We allow them to become air traffic control without being trained. I know what they're doing, or smart enough to do it. We even gave them to white women. When will enough be enough for the blacks?
When we receive our reparations, our cash reparations from the United States government,
and once we
and land allocations as well. Basically, we just need to do for ourselves. You kind of have made that point too, but that will help. Reparations will help us do for ourselves.
And so once we give y'all some money, reparation money, you want us to go out and help you, show you how to buy the land too?
No, we don't need your help for that.
Okay, but one other thing, Lawrence, and I appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Louis Farrakhan believed that the blacks are superior to the whites. Is Louis Farrakhan a black supremacist?
I don't see any evidence of Louis Farrakhan ever saying that. Minister Farrakhan has made some very good points about, us deserving reparations, and we should receive land from our troubles. And
is Louis Farrakhan a black supremacist? He believed that the black people.
You would have to show me that piece of evidence that you have about Louis Farrakhan.
Louis Farrakhan said that the black people were the first on the earth, and that they at some point some black men went into a laboratory and they created the white man. And that's how we ended up with the blue-eyed devil.
Yeah, the scientists, I don't believe that theory.
Is Louis Farrakhan a black supremacist?
No, I personally do not believe that. I am aware of that story, and I do not believe that.
Is he a black supremacist if he believed black people on the earth first and created the white man? Is he a black supremacist?
No, I don't think that qualifies him as being a black supremacist.
Louis Farrakhan called the Jews the blood-sucking Jews. Does that make him a black supremacist?
No, it does not.
Louis Farrakhan said that he went up in a spaceship and had a conversation with a dead man, Elijah Muhammad, whatever his name was. Is Louis Farrakhan a black supremacist?
No, but I do not.
So only white people that have those kind of thoughts are supremacists, but not the blacks who think that way. They're not supremacists.
Well, they have those thoughts. That's kind of. I don't subscribe to those beliefs or those.
But Louis Farrakhan does.
Yeah, but I don't believe in everything that Minister Louis Farrakhan says.
But do you believe in everything the white man says?
No, there are white people, but not all white people are white supremacists.
Do you love the whites?
I love everyone that loves me. I have no issue with white people.
Do you love white people?
I love everybody.
Do you love white people?
Yeah, those that love me.
Do you love white people?
I love white people that love me.
Do you love white people?
I just answered the question. I'm not going to say I love every white person.
Do you love white people?
White person is evil.
Do you love white people?
I don't. I just answered the question. There's no other way for me to answer that.
The question is, do you love white people?
I love white people that love me in return.
Did I ask you, do you love the one that loves you, or did I simply ask, do you?
Hold on. My answer is the same for black people.
Do you love white people?
My answer, ask me if I love black people.
I don't want to ask you that.
And my answer
do you
was,
love white people? Is my question.
I don't like every black person on earth.
I didn't ask. I didn't ask about black people. Do you love white people? Is my question.
Well, you're not going to paint me into a corner, sir. And that is
how does that trap you into a corner?
You're not trapping me in a corner because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm answering the question.
But how is that putting you in a corner? Period.
When I first called, I said I am a free-thinking black man. I'm not on the.
So that's why I'm asking. This free-thinking black man, does he love white people?
I love those that love me.
Do you love? Are you a Christian?
Yes, sir.
So do you love all white people?
I love those that love me.
Do you love all white people?
According to the Bible, no, I do not.
So how can you love all black people? How can you love one? How can you love some but not all?
Very easily.
How's that?
Easily. I don't. Those that want to see harm done to me or mine.
God sent his only begotten Son. Did he send him for one or did he send them for all?
He sent them for all.
And so being a Christian, how is it that you don't love all?
Man. We are all sinners, including
no,
you,
being a Christian, how is it that you don't love all?
Because I am a sinner.
So being a sinner, you just love those that you think love you. You don't love your enemy.
No, I do not love that enemy.
But God said to love your enemy. Why don't you love your enemy?
Yeah. Well, then on that aspect, then maybe I need to go look at some things. But
you do.
I could be wrong, but
you don't think did God said love your enemy, pray for those who hate you?
I'm sure that an all-loving God did say that.
And
yes,
so, if being a Christian, a man of God, why don't you love your enemy all?
Because I don't want to see good happen to anyone that wants to see harm done.
Oh, so God didn't know better than that? He didn't know that?
Well, God is a superior being.
Lawrence, thank you for your call, man. I totally appreciate it. Call me again, all right?
All right, thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
All right, buddy.